I don't do politics in my life, but after last night's speech, I want to say something. I'm a Democrat. I served in the United States Navy, and I'm a Democrat. But after what I seen last night, when the kid with brain surgery was announced, and not one Democrat stood up, I realized I'm not a Democrat. I'm a fucking Republican. As soon as I can, I'm going to be switching over from a Democrat to a Republican. Because I don't want to be associated with that fucking shit.
After watching that speech, I am convinced that Democrats hate America. The way that they didn't stand for Laken Riley's mother, the way that they didn't stand for that little boy who has brain cancer, the way that they didn't stand for that young man who got accepted into West Point. Are you with me on this? The way that they hate America.
So what's crazy is the Democrats are actually trying to say that the only reason they didn't clap is because they don't support Trump or a lot of the stuff that he's doing. What Trump is doing has nothing to do with him giving homage and honor to this young man whose father was killed in the line of duty. Just put him into West Point. This other young man who's been struggling with brain cancer and has a desire to be a police officer, and the nice gesture as an honorary Secret Service agent, that was a touching moment. And if you really watch the video, you can tell. Initially, the Secret Service agent that gave him the badge, when he first hugged him, you could see it was kind of awkward. But then you could see him pull him in close, like he genuinely cared about this little boy or had a heart for this little boy. And then you have the two women whose daughters were both killed, Laken Riley, as well as Jocelyn Nungary's mother, that were there to be honored. It's just sad all the way around.
You Democrats ought to be ashamed of yourself. I generally stay away from politics, but the conduct that I saw last night from the Democratic side of the House of Representatives was reprehensible. A boy who survived brain cancer, and he gets honored. And what do? Y'all sit with your hands under your legs to keep from clapping. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you sit on. When a little boy or a child or anybody gets honored like that, you give them the accolades they deserve. You ought to be ashamed. I'm ashamed that I was ever a part of the damn Democratic Party. I used to be a long time ago.
You know, the thing that's so shameful about this whole situation, Trump, who can be kind of a narcissist, all about his achievements and what he's done, again, he wasn't even making it about himself. He was making it about these people, and they still behaved the way they did.
Can't have nice things.
What y'all did last night just made my stomach churn. Regardless, I love all of you. I truly do. Some of you need to straighten the hell up.
And hear from other Democrats and see on my post other Democrats who are just as furious. I cannot tell you how refreshing it was to wake up this morning and hear from other Democrats and see on my post other Democrats who are just as furious and ready to friggin' jump ship as I am. I am not buying into what they're selling, because after what we saw yesterday, I'm actually glad that they pulled that yesterday, because people like me who have been disillusioned by the Democratic Party for a long time got to see an evilness there, got to see a diabolical side of the Democratic Party who's basically saying, we want you to fail. We don't care if you fail. It's like the scene in The Wizard of Oz when they finally go back to see the great Oz and they pull the curtain back. And it's just a little old man just standing there like that doesn't have a fucking clue. I'm not going to be afraid to voice my opinion anymore. I'm done. I am done. I am done. And you're not going to bully me off my own page by thinking logical thoughts. I'm not going to be gaslit by my own party. Not one day more. Not one day more.
Good for you.
In my life, will I ever be a Democrat again? And I can't say about the rest of politics, but I'm going to say this. Just because I'm saying I'm one side doesn't mean I'm another side. You don't know much about me, and you don't know much about politics. I'm going to say this. I will never, ever support the Democratic Party again after seeing all this misappropriation of funds. But all Democrats care about are, like pushing their heads up with like DEI and they're racist. But y'all misappropriating funds. At the end of the day, no matter if you're white, black, yellow, red, black, green, blue, orange, whatever the colors you are, a rainbow. I don't care. We all pay taxes. And the fact is that you were misappropriating funds and mishandling our tax money. I care more about that than I ever care about my race, DEI, or anything like that. Y'all can call me the C word that rhymes with moon. I don't give a fuck. That is more important. My bag is more important to me, and where that shit is going is more important to me than my race. Don't give a damn. But these DEI and racist and Yazis and all this stuff. I don't give a fuck. Y'all taking our money and using it for craziness and balloon popping and all this stuff and bubble wraps and $600 million on sushi and $50 million on condoms in Gaza and misappropriating funds. I am not with it. US aid, all this
Me
stuff.
either,
Y'all
sister.
paying celebrities to represent Ukraine. Like, I can't ever be a Democrat. Ever.
Made a scene at the beginning of this joint session. One of your members got removed by the sergeant at arms, and I'm taking the over on if you'll blame it on racism with your old greasy ass. You don't stand for the victims of families.
I'm actually glad to see black people finally waking up, because for so many years we have followed this Democratic Party. Most of the time it's because our grandparents did and our parents did, and it's usually those kind of reasons why. But I mean, I even have a few sisters that are still asleep. I just want to smack them sometimes. But again, there's an old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Because there was a time when I was kind of ignorant too. And this stuff runs deeper than most people can even imagine, or I can even go into on this video.
In fact, I've gotten quite a few messages from them saying that they don't want to affiliate with Democrats anymore, and they actually deeply, deeply regret siding with you, not even realizing how brainwashed they are. I wish you guys saw what kind of cult you were in, because you never failed to amaze me. I don't understand. So you care about women, right? But you won't cheer for women, and you won't cheer for us getting men out of women's sports. You're angry about that, right? Oh, okay. But you care for women, right? Sure. You care for children, but you won't cheer for a child who just got named an honorary Secret Service member who has brain cancer and wasn't even supposed to survive.
Let
me let you Democrats know something. Because y'all show your ignorance, you show your stupidity, you show so much division when it comes to America. Y'all are the weakest link. You sit there and you let people brainwash you over and over. You let them use propaganda to get you so much emotion that you can't even focus on what's real and what's not. Okay? They manipulate you so hard.
Truth.
Where you can't even think about the real things that's going on around you. It's sad. It is so sad. Y'all are so weak.
You figure with the election and all the stuff leading up to it between Kamala and all the crazy with that, Tampon Tim, Donald Trump and the assassination attempts. I mean, it's been a crazy 5-6 months. It really has. And then it just continues with this craziness from the other side of the party. As a Christian man, I know that even if it gets good, it's only going to be for a time, because I know that one day Christ is going to return and he's going to wrap all this crap up here on this earth. And the most important thing is making sure that you got your life right with Christ. But in the meantime, I truly believe that Donald Trump is a reprieve, because I'm telling you right now, if Kamala Harris had gotten in office, everybody knows she wouldn't have been running nothing. She would have just literally been a puppet for the deep state that really, or the shadow government as they call it, that's actually really running things. And you see that with all the fraud and all the waste. And like I said earlier, I don't have time to go as deep as I'd like to, because I think some of you would probably say that I had 3 heads, even if I did. The bottom line is, I'm thankful because of who's in office. I know just from reading my Bible that the Bible says that God is the one that raises up kings and leaders, not man. So he's in there because God put him there, not because we, the American people, or the voters, or Trump himself put himself there. He's in that position because God put him there. God is still on the throne. He is still in control. And I just pray for this country and this nation that we can somehow find a way to come together, work together. It's hard when you have so many people who are deceived by the enemy and the stuff that they think is normal, and I won't even get into the whole LGBTQ, ABCD, FGH, IJK, LMNOP. I won't even go into there. There's so many things that don't align with God's word, and it just makes it, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to go that deep on this video. Anyway, I'm going to jump off here right now. As always, I love you guys. Please make sure that you hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And again, check you on the next one. Talk to you later.